Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 26th of April and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. What I'm going to pull out of here is a copy of Overisles. The ground drops away as you soar upward skybound. The huge wings of feather silk, the nimbus gently beat beneath them as they feel the air rushing past, lifting their hair and stinging their eyes. Tentatively at first, then more confidently, they use their hands to feather faster, and feather silk puts on a burst of speed. They laugh, a mixture of nerves and exhilaration as they gaze out over the vast archipelago below. Return to the magic with Overisles, a campaign setting for our core game, Inspirisles. Playing once more as Pendragons, you now have a new quest before you explore the archipelago, unique floating islands in the clouds above, and discover the cause of disbelief threatening to drag them earthwards. Develop your sign language with feathering, used once more to cast elemental spells, but also to bond with and instruct your nimbus. Key features: family friendly, game suitable for 13 plus. Simple and fun dice mechanics, emphasis on teamwork and cooperation, 20 plus islands for you to explore, featuring unique landmarks, fauna and challenges, new vocabulary to further develop your sign language skills. So, now this is published by Hatchling Games, and it's a supplement for Overisles. Now, Overisles is a fascinating little role-playing game that is Arthurian in its tone and theme, but you all play teenagers who have found them ways to the magical isle beyond sort of like a portal, and there you have become a Pendragon to help protect the Overisles, or the islands, and improve your magic. Now, how do you cast magic? Here's where it gets clever. You cast magic by spelling it out, but you're spelling it out in sign language, and there's a guidance in there for both using American Sign Language and British Sign Language. And what this really ultimately is, what Inspirisles is it's a role-playing game that the members of the deaf community can play, and also non-members of the deaf community can play, but learn sign language. I mean, basically, when I mean deaf community, I mean partially hearing as well, and so on. There's a range of hearing issues within the community. It's not just deaf. So this is a lovely looking book. Get the plastic off. There we go. And then we've got a quote from Peter Pan by Jan Barry. And a glossary. So a nice up ahead. The glossary saying, here are the terms you could be coming across in the book. Here's the explanation of what they are. And then we're into the credits and writers list. Introduction, explaining the setting in game before we get onto the table of contents. And the section, welcome back. So this is to be played essentially after you play through the contents available in the previous books for Inspirisles. So we start off with dealing with sort of the subject of respect. This is respect for your fellow players and their characters, the setup for the game, and the nature of belief and disbelief, with obviously disbelief is going to be the problem in the setting of in the archipelago of the floating islands. So we have looking at the history, the glow divide, and the crests, and so here they are, major NPCs involved. Nicely presented, really nice little pieces of artwork there, quite cute. And then discussion of noteworthy knights. And this is also, you've got anthropomorphic elements as well. But you can see how it's pitched at a young adult audience with the vibrancy of the artwork. But here we have the danger facing the world, which the corruption, which can even corrupt the glow. If I remember rightly, sorry, so what does it say? Let's see what, essentially, corrupted glow is mysterious creatures seen every time an egg is stolen. The corrupted term given to the inhabitants of the archipelago to the egg thieves. So here we are. The corrupted glow, they're the ones responsible for the theft of the eggs. And here we have the Pendragons. The Pendragons are essentially going to be the player characters. And again, how to create those and how they progress. And here we have their first, basically the first essentially starting point, which is their base camp. And then the islanders to be found there. And the Nimbus, obviously, you know, the beast which the paladins, the Pendragons, will be riding. Discussion of a Nimbus tack, the essentially what the Nimbus needs to have to wear in order for to have a rider. And then part 2, Grail Guide, and here's the guide to running the setting, the new setting, explaining the roots of the corruption, and the calamity that will bring about. And have a nice shot of the Isles before we actually have a sort of like exploration of the archipelago. So presented is sort of like a sort of like a hex crawl, and then individual locations. Got the hex there and the description. And so on, so on. So we're just going to flip through. And each of these essentially has sort of particular features that it discusses, like the Isle of Cumulus has the Strato Castle, and there's a treasure hunt held there. Winter Island, Shalahome, Hiveland, essentially where Celian live, basically humanoid bee-like creatures. Star Cauldron. Even got a creature in a bottle there. So you've got different, like all the different locations in here, the islands, the Pendragons can travel to, such as the Isle of Unbelieved Saints and Aquitaine. And then the appendices, we have feathering sheets for handling emotions. So here we are. These are the feathering sheets, essentially the guide to emotions in both British and American Sign Language. And again, for flight, the lexicon for those. And then Kickstarter back as acknowledgements, and a thanks at the end before the index, and then you also have insert into it a map. So not a big map, but basically a decent sized play area, and that's meant to be up that way. There we go. So that is Overisles, a campaign setting for the Inspirisles setting. It's absolutely worth looking at, especially I think, you know, if you know someone who is interested in gaming and has serious issues with hearing and wants to learn, and also learn sign language, or just wants to learn sign language. I think this is a really worthwhile role-playing game. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be able to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.